Seeing this statue of Jesus and the woman at the well obviously makes me think of that Bible story. But it also makes me think of one of my favorite little pieces of prose, which is excerpt from Paul Bowle's A Sheltering Sky. And Boyle's a work that I don't have completely memorized, but I'll just try my best to recite it from memory. He says, "Because we do not know when we will die, we get to think of life as an inexhaustible well. Yet everything happens only a certain number of times, and a very small number, really. How many more times will you remember a certain afternoon in your childhood? An afternoon that is so ingrained as part of your being that you can't conceive of your life without it. Perhaps 4, 5 times more. How many more times will you watch the full moon rise? Perhaps 20. And yet it all seems limitless." That's the end of the excerpt, but it all seems limitless, but it's definitely not limitless. There's only a certain number of times we're going to get to show someone love, to be kind to someone, to pay a compliment, to give a nice word, to be a blessing in somebody's life. And since there really is a limit on that, there really is a limit on the amount of good you're going to be able to do. Imagine the regret that you may feel going into the next world, the next life, knowing that you squandered some of your time just arguing on social media. I see so much division. There's been many times in our country's history where we've desperately needed unity, and I think one could definitely argue the case that we're in one of those times where we are in a great need of coming together at this point. We're divided in a lot of ways that we shouldn't be. But in the time it takes you to type out a Facebook argument to defend a politician you love or to defend a politician you hate, and call somebody an idiot or call somebody a libtard or just be hateful in a way you wouldn't normally be, in a way that sitting behind a keyboard can kind of magnify. Just stop and think about what you're doing. Backspace. Delete that. You don't have to agree with somebody, but you're not going to make a positive impact on this world and the people you know just arguing back and forth on Facebook, Twitter, Parler, Reddit. There's too many options. I'm not saying avoid social media. I use my social media. I look at it every day. But it's a force that can be used for good if you channel it right. If you choose to. You can spread a message of love. You can spread a message of acceptance instead of condescending. Of lifting up instead of putting down. How do you want to be remembered? As somebody who just seemed like an empath because they had such kind words and were always there for people? Or would you rather be remembered as somebody who could, man, that guy could really put you in your place. He was really witty with his keyboard insults. I will be willing to bet that at the end of your life, you're not going to regret and wish that you would have spent more time arguing with people on the internet. What you will regret is love not given, acts of kindness not shown, kind words not spoken, and chances to do good that you didn't accept.